What is up, fellas? Moment of truth. But before that, I have failed y'all. And that means I have failed myself. The laptop I recently bought to replace the other one ended up lying about its capabilities or its maximum processor speed, meaning that I had to do this in terrible graphics. It's not the best in the world. Hopefully I can do something to change it in Adobe Premiere. But we're just going to have to see. UCLA, #1 in the country. A team that, on paper, could be the best team that we face all season. Could be the best team we face all season. And it makes perfect sense. We're riding high on momentum. This team is, the offense is starting to gel well a little bit. We had a slow start. It's kind of, that's kind of been the theme is slow starts for the most part. Except in those games, such as Ohio State, Wisconsin, B.J. Simmons now at a 1-to-1 ratio for touchdowns and interception. It is an improvement compared to last season. And you're just starting to see exactly the impact that can have on this team, as now getting it done with his legs, maybe even more efficiently than even through the, it's definitely more efficiently than through the air. He had like 8 rushes last game against Minnesota, and it was like 200-something yards. It was beastly. It was ungodly. I never get that term. But that's another story. Starting off the game, UCLA gets the ball first. And hey, that's, big dick move on that one. And here we go, 3rd and inches, trying to set it up. Bad play. That would have been a touchdown. Now it's going to be B.J. Simmons and the boys with the ball. Only about 1 or 2 yards on that one. 2nd and 9 now. B.J. Simmons sets up on this play. Who's he going to throw it to? He's got a lot of time moving around. And then, bam, out of nowhere, what's a game without an interception thrown by B.J. Simmons? What kind of sucks, though, is that, so my wide receiver's running down the field, right? It was a play set up for 2 curl routes on the outside to 88 and number 80. 80 is obviously the #1 target on the team. But once, moving around, offensive line did actually a pretty damn good job. It was just a better job done by the secondary, and that's not even crediting the interception on that one. It's just, my wide receiver's going down the field. I set it up to throw it down the field, but not enough reaction time. I press the button, and my wide receiver cuts back. And then this shit happens, as now UCLA, he gets tackled, but it's going to be in the end zone after sort of an unforced error on that one. It's going to be 6 points by UCLA off the turnover. 3 rushes for 36 yards, pretty much 90% of those yards on that rush. It's going to be a touchdown, start off this game, and then a beautiful blocked extra point by strong safety number 2. Strong safety. So, hey, we need to get momentum in this one. It's a neutral ground for this game, obviously being the national championship game. B.J. Simmons and the boys need as much momentum as possible. And it can start off by throwing it to this man right here, tight end number 81. Flag on the play, however. We're going to have to see what ends up being the case. I thought it might have been, roughing the passer, considering they were charging at me. But no. Big play on that one. Turns into nothing off the holding penalty. But like I said, the man's been highly efficient on the ground, and B.J. Simmons ties it up on what I believe is an 84-yard touchdown run. The momentum shifted a little bit with that extra point getting blocked, knowing damn well that UCLA was looking at this offense and seeing, hey, we got to put up points against these guys. They've been doing well. We got to do well on offense against their defense, because Iowa's defense has been playing well for us for the most part, even though, they're kind of efficiently getting the ball down the field off these medium throws, gaining more and more yards after the catch. And then a flag on this play after the first down catch, or what should be a first down catch, but it's going to be a holding penalty against UCLA. It's going to set them back to 2nd and 19. Ball thrown up the middle to their halfback number 36. He's been balling out to start off this game. And then in 3rd and 2, gets the first down barely. Now 1st and 10 for quarterback number 15. And then a big interception. We saw them moving down the field, and it wasn't just a big play like B.J. Simmons to where the defense just fucks up on one series like that. More so one play. They'd been moving the ball down the field quite nicely until this point. And then here we go, B.J. Simmons blinking Going to get about 4 or 5 yards on that one. Now 3rd and 5. What's B.J. Simmons going to do? Throws it out to his man. Kind of slow. I don't know what the agility is with this dude, but pretty slow on that one because he was wide open. I wish it would have been a quick catch, turn around, off to the races. It's just not the case. B.J. Simmons gets sacked on the play. There it is on the season. Looks like their nickel dime back on that one. Or just their nickel back, whatever the fuck. I think it's 2 different things. What the fuck do I know? But still, 7 and 6. Going to be their ball after that play. And then a fumble. Huge hit. As maybe this, changed things a little bit. Now a sack on the play. Didn't get credited as a sack since it would look like a design run. It's whatever, though. 4th down. Now it's our ball. What can B.J. Simmons do? Toss it to his tight end. We saw him make an impressive play before that, and then B.J. Simmons down the field. Beautiful broken tackle in open field. What's he going to do at this point? Nice run. 1st down. Getting it going. Halfback direct to number 23. And then what can B.J. Simmons do right here? Another mistake. Again, the wide receiver, man. I direct this dude to keep on running left. He's wide open. I use the quarterback direct passing to I set my guy up with my right stick, use the left stick to direct the pass in what direction I want to lead the wide receiver, and then the wide receiver just cuts back in. It sucks dealing with that. I probably should have ran the damn ball in, considering I was outrunning that guy, or at least had enough room ahead of him to where, it wouldn't even matter. He probably would have tackled me in the end zone. However, though, it's going to be a turnover. 7 to 6 still at this point. And then another turnover right there by their star quarterback, and this guy was a stud for him this season. 10 more passing touchdowns than B.J. Simmons, and he had 16 less interceptions, 34 and 8 on the season, and he's already has 2 picks. No touchdowns, 2 picks. Defense is just building up the momentum for this team. And then here we go, another interception. This game is starting to really change at this point. At first I was really nervous, maybe a little nervous. At this, not nearly as much as it was. But, hey, who else to have an interception off of a semi-deep throw than our free safety number 11, a guy who was in the Thorpe Award running, didn't end up becoming a finalist, but he's starting to show for this game. Just terrible passing on this guy's part. And then B.J. Simmons, beautiful toss on that way. The awareness to get that, and it's going to be another touchdown for Iowa University. We came into this game, I didn't know what to expect. The last thing I expected was to utilize the running back this well to start off the game. It didn't seem that way for the last, half of the season, not being able to run the ball well with our running back. Seemed like a lot was going off the option. Kept running the option, and right there, the option, baby, sets up for a touchdown to the halfback. And here we go, a 1st down play right there. And remember, already 2 interceptions by this quarterback, Mr. Benson, with the tackle. He's going to be, he should be defensive captain in a season or 2 after this. And then a terrible toss. This guy is shaken. The momentum is clearly on our side. Ball out to halfback 23. It will be a 4th down, though. And then what a hit. Strong safety number 2. Getting it done. Hey, you get these guys that, there should be awards in college football for, special teams that are not kickers and punters or punt returners. Guys like strong safety number 2 who get the blocked field goal and then get a solid hit on that one as well. Tight end number 86. Seemed like the tight ends have been kind of the weakness against us, or our kryptonite against our defense. They've gotten a lot of balls thrown to them in the open field. And then here's another one setting up for him. But no. It's going to be a sack by the star D tackle nose guard, number 47. Beautiful play. Beautiful coverage, setting it up to no time for that quarterback at all to even make a play, as it's going to be a sack for Iowa. A&M with the ball this time. What can we do towards the end of this half? Now 3rd and 4. B.J. Simmons, that's not even broken tackle shit. It's not going to get the 1st down. But what a move. That guy had nowhere to go, and then another interception. Another interception. This one, I thought we were going to take it to the house again, but set it up, baby. It's starting to become a holiday with all these gifts being tossed to our secondary. Cornerback number 22. What a terrible decision by this quarterback. He's flustered, y'all. What can this man do? B.J. Simmons is looking like the best quarterback out of all these guys. And here we go, B.J. Simmons using his legs to get the first down. Nicely done. Going to get out of bounds. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. What can he do here? And it's just, I mean, I'm glad that ball went farther than it probably should have, or what I thought it was going to be. But here's our kicker. 25 mile per hour winds. Went up to 26 by the time he released it with his foot. Quarterback again on this play. And there you go. Right outside linebacker 42. Now, I talk about Benson being the team captain. This guy's for sure, if he returns, because I believe he's a sophomore redshirt, if he returns, then this man will for sure be the captain for our defense. And there you go. I mean, lots of times we've seen the defense create opportunity for B.J. Simmons and company. And then here you go. -5 yards on the, or -6 yards on that play. Terrible, terrible, terrible. We're in this man's head. We're up by nearly, what, 4 touchdowns at this point. Tight end, but he's going to get chased down. Thank God for the slow tight end. Even though he's got great hands, he's been balling on us for the most part today, especially on that one. Even if he did not score a touchdown, he gets the highlight. Trucks are our man, cornerback number 34. 2 catches, 52 yards on the not-so-young day anymore. And then that should have been an interception. But, you know, algorithm probably kicks in at that point, considering he's already thrown that many picks. And here it is, quarterback. And it's going to be a drop pass. That should, I mean, hell, that should have been an interception. But I'll take it as it is. 31-9 at this point. Halfback director, our man. 23 got knocked out of the game. 31, next man up. And then here we go. Nice clutch play by wide receiver number 88. B.J. Simmons gets incomplete on that one. Again, just getting stopped on a lot of third downs. I don't think either of these offenses. And now, struggling star quarterback gets taken out of the game. It's not even injury. Take my word here. It wasn't not even injury at this point that knocked him out. And then there you go. Backup quarterback throws it. Free safety number 11. Hey, baby, party like it's 1999 because this game is over. This game is over. And I was sitting there thinking that it's going to need to be one hell of an effort. And honestly, this is domination. It's not, you know, getting lucky on a couple of these plays. But overall, this defense, man, I mean, they're not rated beautifully as well, not nearly as well as it was last season. But there you go. D-tackle number 47, 99 overall. Hitting the living shit out of this poor halfback. The one touch he's going to get the rest of the game, considering game scripts kicking him out of it. And here we go, halfback 31. Beautiful run on our standards. And then B.J. Simmons down the field. Nice move. Going to get himself about 2 or 3 more yards with that cut move. And he's going to throw it out to wide receiver number 89. Beautiful broken tackle. And it's going to be another first down. What is the flag for? Let's see. Going to be holding on the offense. Pain in the ass, right tackle number 71. Again, our guards are our best part of our team. And then B.J. Simmons, beautiful open tackle on that one. Nice hurdle. And he's getting things done on the ground as it seemed to be as usual the second half of the season. That might have been the big switch to put this team on top for the rest of the year. We know the special teams and defense were already pretty much cracked out to what they were supposed to be. A team that could give up big plays at times, but for the most part have done well on creating turnovers, which is a very underrated stat for defenses. The bend don't break. And then they send out the all-out blitz on us. And sorry, boys. You're getting your fucking balls stomped in this game. 45-9. B.J. Simmons well on his way to his first national title. And then an interception right here. Cornerback number 29. I believe that is the 5th or 6th. And then here he is. This guy's also a senior. He's a senior redshirt, backup quarterback, second string quarterback. So now we're going to see the third string come out at this point. So I really don't know what to expect. And then B.J. Simmons punching it into the end zone. 51-9. I mean, we're technically getting the rushing yards. Is B.J. Simmons doing the Eddie Lacy to this UCLA team as to what Eddie Lacy was doing to Alabama? I mean, it's starting to really show that way. This UCLA team, I don't know if Bama was number 1 that year or Notre Dame was considered number 1, But Notre Dame got completely destroyed. This UCLA team is getting destroyed. And then tight end number 81. This guy is going to be, not thrown out. This guy is going to be welcomed into his finale of his career. Tight end number 81 for Iowa, finishing his career with a couple catches and a touchdown. Type of guy, he's just like the two tight ends for Chase Daniel at Missouri. This guy's a stud. And speaking of studs, I believe it's left end number 94 with the sack. He's going to be returning next year. He's a freshman, second on the list for most sacks on this team. And nice toss right there. Should have cut it inward on that one, but 59-9. BJ Simmons now quarterback avoidance, but he's going to get the shit hit out of him. It's kind of unfortunate with the it kind of keeps you in the pocket for that. And then what a move. Right outside linebacker, 42 on the play. It's going to be an interception. 2-yard return, like it matters at this point. But those fans are starting to leave with his Joker's hat. And pretty much Joker's hat watching a joke of a performance by what was supposed to be the #1 team of the country. Oh yeah, BCS, #1 team of the country. Just getting fucking destroyed. And again, what's a game without BJ Simmons throwing it to number 80? I think that's 6 total touchdowns on the day by BJ Simmons. A second half just thrashing against this UCLA team. I'm stuttering right here. My talking is the equivalent of the physical movements of what was this UCLA team. And then BJ Simmons to top it off. Last play of the game, 2 seconds left. Heisman CPU has no respect, in my opinion. Iowa is going to go up 73-9, 2 seconds left. I will show the highlight. 5 touchdowns, 196 yards, which is a decent amount of yards considering the beautiful field positioning off of all of these interceptions. I believe it was 8 interceptions today and 9 overall turnovers. Remember, there was 1 fumble. And y'all, BJ Simmons and the boys, the 2009 national champions, 13-0. Remember, back then, no Big Ten championship games. Kirk Ferentz being carried off the field. Iowa University's, I believe, first national championship. And if it's not their first, it probably won't be their last, considering BJ Simmons has to return next year. The team should be improving to what it was from what it was this season, and it was shaky for the most part until we finally met our stride against those solid teams. Just absolute dominance. 3 turnovers, Mirror. 2 picks by BJ, a fumble as well. 8 interceptions. Holy shit. And it was we picked off 3 different quarterbacks in this game, mind y'all. Let's look at individual stats. There we go. 3 for 10, 10 for 20, 2 for 4. Terrible stats. 5 picks by their star quarterback, 2 by the backup, and 1 by the third string man. Just some Garrett Gilbert type shit going on against him, which is another team in national championship facing Bama with that kind of memory. No amazing, dominating this team. So it was 3 overall interceptions by this UCLA team. Not many tackles, but quite a bit of tackles for this team. Benson and 36 leading them. 3 sacks by D-tackle 47. So not only tight end number 81 getting 1 last hurrah with a touchdown reception. 3 sacks by the star D-tackle. 2 interceptions by 42 by number 11. And then 1 by 34, 29, 36, and 22. Dominant performance in coverage. It seemed like it might have been, a little bit of a weird day for this defense. Secondary-wise, looked like we were doing well on the ground after that touchdown. And then 15 attempts, 172 yards. I'd imagine it'd be a 100-yard game and probably cut into the amount of touchdown passes we had halfback number 23 stayed in the game, didn't get injured. But 10 for 29, a shaky start, like I said. Let's look at the box score. Outscoring them 51-3 in the second half, outscoring them 65-3. Later, fellas, and we fucking won this one.